Hey, everyone, it's John again. I'm going to play Immaculate Grid number 328. Doing a little bit earlier in the day. It comes at 6 a.m. Eastern time. These days, right now it's 8:15 Eastern time. I got some stuff to do today, so I'm just going to knock out this grid. Maybe I'll play some more later, but let's get rolling. Let's see what we've got for Immaculate Grid number 328. Sharing the old screen here. Hit refresh, hit play, and away we go. Ooh, no teams. All right, only one team. All-star, Mike Trout. Only one team played catcher, Johnny Bench. Only one team played shortstop. How about Robin Yount? Let's see here. 300 career average, played catcher, Mike Piazza. I have to get out of the only one team mentality. Henry Aaron. Made a lot of all-star teams. Played shortstop, Honus Wagner. Great. All right, now an all-star with 40 career WAR, Lee Mays, Gary Carter, Alex Rodriguez. All right, I snuck it in under a minute with a rarity score of 109. So Alex Rodriguez crushed that rarity score. Honus Wagner up there at 16%. That'll be interesting. I'll need to see if I can. Ooh, there's no team, so I can use Negro League players. Nice. I just thought of that. So maybe I got a couple there that I think I'll be able to sneak in, including one that's going to be a pretty good one. Okay. Yeah, so let's see here. So yeah, 109, no teams. This is it's gonna be an interesting one. All right, I'm gonna hit. Oh, but that's all right. I'll talk it out. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm thinking about my next grid before I've even signed off the first one. I think Alex Rodriguez was probably the one that was the highest there. Let's see, so get that one. Yeah, yesterday's grid for this was the rarity grid. And it wasn't very good. Um, let's see. I think Phil Necro was going to be optimal here. I got him at like 2%. Someone mentioned John Lester had exactly 200 wins and ever so briefly pitched for the Nationals. So he was probably the best there. And Lou Burdett, which I had mentioned yesterday, 203 career wins, and he did play. I knew he played for the Angels. He hits the Angels, he hits the Cubs, I think Cardinals, obviously Milwaukee Braves. That's how I know him. Um, anyway, I'm gonna hit refresh. And let's play this non-team category here. Um, okay, so I can actually got a couple here. Oh, what was his name? Okay, so anyway, one that I think is pretty cool. So Bullet Rogan, um, yeah, I guess I've got two names here. So one is Bullet Rogan. He played one career game at catcher. I was looking up his thing. So he works everywhere but shortstop. He's not gonna work for shortstop, but I think he plays every other position at least once. And he played literally one game as a catcher. So I'm gonna slide, and he only played for the Kansas City Monarchs. And really, this could go either way, but I'm gonna do Bullet here. Ooh, but well, okay, now I'm curious. Well, here, I don't want to mess it up right away. I know he'll work here because technically it was all the Kansas City Monarchs, but they did play in different leagues. I'm wondering if they're actually a continuous franchise. I guess I need to look that up, but he definitely works here. So 0.05. And the guy I was thinking of here is my go-to guy for the Blue Jays who works for both 300 and only one team. And that's Carlos Diaz, 1990. That's a nice score. Um, let's see, only one team played shortstop. So Shoot, now I looked this guy up. Was it? Hmm, I think I'm thinking more. You know what? I think I had the name. I looked it up. Fascinating guy. So the person I am thinking of, whose name I've now slipped from memory, um, was a shortstop during Bullet Rogan's time for the Kansas City Monarchs. I say Dolly, but I guess that's not right. Um, but he had a 355 career batting average. Played about 6 seasons, 355 career batting average. Never heard of him. Now I've forgotten his name. I feel like an idiot for forgetting his name, but I just looked him up like a day ago. Let's see. Only one team played shortstop. What do we think of current Milwaukee Brewer Bryce Terang? Played a little shortstop this year. Ooh, that's actually a little bit higher than I thought. That's all right. I might have been able to do a little better than that. Let's see, 300 career average. Um, Played shortstop. Jackie Robinson would work. He played shortstop for the Monarchs. Um, Maybe Cap Anson. I think he played all over the place. Pretty sure he's a 300 career hitter. Let's find out. Nice, but yeah, those are a little bit higher. This is one where you can definitely get a 0 or a 1, and I think some people in the comments will. I'm probably going to be in the north of 1 category. Let's see. Anyone who ever played catcher. Actually, Bullet would have been a good choice here with that one game because he has 60 some career WAR and played that one game at catcher. Did anyone else just sort of slide like Jimmy Fox was a catcher at the very start of his career. I'm not sure if Biggio would work. That might be kind of popular, not sure. Because right now my headspace is going of people who played their whole careers, and this is part of my chapter, the war on catchers is what I called it. Um, of people who predominantly played catcher, 40 WAR will put you in the top 20 all time among catchers, which is why my head is going to like Ted Simmons was just inducted to the Hall of Fame. I think he's in the 50 range, and he's like top 10 all time. I think Freehand is in the 45 to 50 range. Same with Thurman Munson. Yachty's in there. Um, my whole point being is I think WAR, the whole point of the chapter in my book is that WAR way underrates catchers. And I tried to give some like I'm not a WAR hater. I don't like bloodshed, but I don't wins above replacement I think is an awesome statistic. Um, and I'm not a hater on it like some people are. However, it doesn't seem right to me that the best catcher of all time is on par with like Lou Whitaker, who's the 12th best second baseman of all time. Whitaker should be in the Hall of Fame too, by the way, but I'm just saying there's something wrong there. It's like the most demanding position on the field. Get that there's, you know, hey, read the book. There's I go into it. I go into it. I talked about what I thought was the missing link there. Um Anyway, let's see. All-Star 40 WAR. It's just taking a step away from that. Any All-Star with 40 career WAR. Um, well, I know that Jack Morris had like 45 career WAR, but he's like well known for not having, a very high career value for how prominent he was in his day. But, then again, 40 WAR is still a pretty big number. And let's see here. Any all-star with an over 300 career batting average. What do we think of Gehringer? Charlie Gehringer. 0.3 again. So I'm pushing. I'm at 1-ish now. And then any player who made an all-star team, the only one team. So some obvious ones would be like um Adley Rushman, Julio Rodriguez, um Corbin Carroll started the or played in the All-Star game this year. Lou Gehrig will work. Rob Niau would work. I got a good one. David Nilsson played in an All-Star game in his final season with the Milwaukee Brewers. Only ever played for the Brewers. There we go. I love that logo. I mean, honestly, it's kind of like the Brewers' worst logo, but it's what I grew up with. So I know that Dave Nelson is featured here at some point from 1997 to 1999. He went to go play for Team Australia in the Olympics and never played in the major leagues again. But he's beloved to me. He was not a very good catcher, but defensively. So he also would have worked down here where I played Carlos Diaz. All right, and now for these categories here. So we're trying to think of people who slid into the shortstop or catcher position, but didn't play there a very long time, or maybe aren't known as all-time great players. So Mark Bellinger is um, an example of a player that is well known for being a great defensive shortstop, not as known for having career WAR, but I think he's in the 40s. He's like a 220 career hitter, 280 career on base percentage or slugging. I think 280 career slugging percentage, actually. I think his slugging percentage is actually that low. Very weak hitter, but I think ends up over 40 WAR on the basis of defense. Maybe that's too obvious. I can divorce, people with only one team. I need to get that out of my head because it was just in my head. Um, Vizquel certainly there. Did anyone? Oh, I got one. How about let's try out Gary Sheffield. I think he sits at about 60 career WAR, and he was brought up as a shortstop, and no team would ever let him play there again after the Brewers. Okay, wow, that was a little bit higher than I thought it would be. Um, and then for 40 career WAR, let me take a sip here as I think about this one. Yeah, so far the non people not known for being catchers that I've thought of, Cap Anson actually probably would have been a good one. Um, Other people include and Bullet Rogan would have been a good one too. Um, Jimmy Fox, Craig Biggio, Dale Murphy. I'm trying to think of anyone who like maybe was an emergency catcher for a game or something like that. Sure pretty sure Josh Gibson works. I mean, the tricky thing is that just like the known games we have make for an abbreviated career. But I think when you hit 62 home runs over 4 seasons, that's got to be like 12 WAR right there. Um, who else just kind of played catcher for? There's got to be someone who, like, did Babe Ruth ever play an inning of catcher? Wouldn't that be cool? Um, Joe Torre will work. He played a lot of catcher and then some third and first base. Gene Tennis will work. He's predominantly known as a catcher, also played some first base. I don't know if he's well known for having 40 career WAR though. I think he'd be better. I think he's actually a better pick than Jimmy Fox or Craig Biggio. So I'm going to play him. 0.1. Nice. So rarity score of 2. I could have done a whole lot better, I'm pretty sure, but I'm pretty stoked on a 2. Let's see. So A-Rod, will bench. Those were the two I got that were the highest there. But yeah, I'll take a 2. It's pretty good. Um, Everyone was sub 1. Sheffield was a little bit higher than I would have thought. I didn't think a lot of people were going to remember that Sheffield um started as a shortstop. But um just because I feel like an idiot because I just looked this guy up and he has 355 career batting. Dobby Moore, sorry. Not Dolly, Dobby Moore. But I was looking up Moore. I guess I just skipped past it. Yeah, 350 career. This is the guy I was thinking of. Only one team would have worked. 300 career average would have worked. Um, so I was and shortstop would have worked, and he hit some other infield positions. So I was like, this is a guy that I think will come in handy, but I forgot his name. So oh well. I'll use you again, Dobby. Dobby? I'm not sure. But anyway, thanks a lot for playing. I'll take a two. I'll take that to the bank. And you all have a great rest of your Saturday. Peace.